Hey everyone, welcome to the 2023 off season for Legends of Canton. I just wanted to do a quick podcast to talk about the division realignment and the upcoming rookie free agent draft. So I'm just going to go through a couple bits of information here, and then at the end, I'm gonna in real time spin a wheel and sort out the new divisions like we did last year. So just quickly with the draft, we're going to start a week after the NFL rookie draft ends. So it'll be Sunday, May 7th at noon. It's going to be 10 rounds and it's going to be a total of 243 total picks. Usually we get that done in a couple weeks. The draft's going to include all rookies and all free agents listed in the My Fantasy League pool of players. We're going to have a 6-hour time limit per pick, but the clock is paused between midnight and 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So no need to worry about timing out overnight. So hopefully this gives people plenty of time as long as they're kind of keep up with it. Because I'm being so generous with the clock, any timed out pick will result in an auto pick, and it'll be MFL's average draft position. So if you miss a pick, I'm not going to adjust it unless for some reason it was an error in the MFL software. Please use pre-drafting as best you can if you're going to be away from your phone or computer for 4 or 5 hours, just to kind of keep this thing going along. Be courteous to your fellow drafters. Right now, the offseason roster is set to 85 players. I know most of you are way below that, but depending on how many draft picks you have, you might have to cut some of that down to make room for your draft picks, because we do have 10 rounds. Immediately after the draft, a week later, we're going to have the blind bid waivers will be run weekly on Wednesdays, and you have a total of $1,000 for your total budget for the entire season. So if you spend it in off season, that's it. So for the division realignment, those of you who have already been in this league might remember from last year, all the playoff teams remain in their division. So the 6 division winners and the 2 wildcard teams are going to remain in their division. And then the other 16 teams are going to be randomly placed in the other league, the other divisions, based on a random wheel. So you might end up in the same division you were in before. You might end up in the other conference. One way or another, I think this is good just to create some parity, allow new rivalries to form. You're not stuck in the same division year after year if everyone's a powerhouse and you're rebuilding, or one team being super strong and the other team's not as good. So hopefully this way we can have a lot of new playoff teams each season. Just a little bit about my schedule methodology. I kind of have it airtight. Basically, it's 17 matchups over weeks 1 through 14. After that, it's the playoffs, but we have double headers weeks 1 through 3 to allow it to be 17 matchups. Each team plays their division rivals twice, so that's a total of 6 games. They'll also play every team in 2 other divisions, which is 8. So right there, that's already 14. The remaining 3 games are going to be against those 3 divisions that weren't included in the bullet points above. And to do that, it's going to be pretty similar to the NFL, where if you finished first in your division in victory points from last season, you would play all the other teams that finished first in the division. If you finished last in the division in victory points, you'll play every other, all those other 3 teams that finished last, and so on. I just wanted to highlight quick a couple team name changes just so that you understand, so that you're not caught off guard saying, I don't know what team that is. So my team, the Rhine Fire, I decided to change it to the Boston Brawlers. Rob's team, the Northern Kentucky River Monsters, he is changing to the Pakistan Wolfpack. And then the other two teams are changing because we have new owners. So we have a new owner, Leo. He's taking over the Duluth Eskimos, and he's going to be the Akron Pros. And then our other new owner, Ethan, is taking over the Chicago Tigers. And I don't know if I'm pronouncing this right, but he is going to be the Tonawanda Cardex, which is actually named after a typewriter, and they only played one game in the NFL. So that's kind of interesting. So as you can see, I divided this up, each division. Right now we have all the division winners at the top, and then we have the wild card winners, which were the Pittsburgh Maulers and the Canton Bulldogs. Those were the wild card, both in their respective divisions, AFC East and NFC East. So I'm going to go to this wheel of names. And every time I click this, it's going to spin. And then after a certain amount of time, it stops. And then I click remove from the list. So each spin is just going to be a new team that we're going to sort. Just to make sure this is on the up and up, I'm going to hit shuffle a couple times to make it extra random. And then once I have that team name, I'm going to go here and then replace the image. And it's going to be one of these teams. So I'm going to fill it out as we're going. So as I said, let's shuffle this a couple times just to make it as random as possible. Okay. So here we go. First one, I will fill out the AFC East, then the NFC East, AFC Central, and so on. Okay. So first team that's being added to the AFC East. The Oklahoma Outlaws. Okay. Next team in the AFC East. Los Angeles Express. Okay, on to the NFC East. Okay, the New Mexico Stars. That is going to be a very good division. Last team in the NFC East. Barcelona Dragons. Okay, now we're going to fill up the AFC Central. Right, the Philadelphia Pittsburgh Steagles. Next team in the AFC Central. The Richmond Rebels. Okay, rounding out the AFC Central here with the fourth team. The Cleveland Crush. All right, moving on to the NFC Central. The Miami Hooters. Next team in the NFC Central. St. Louis Gunners. Last team in the NFC Central. The Atlantic City Blackjacks. And I think he was in that division last year as well. Okay. AFC West now. The Houston Oilers. Next team in the AFC West. The Baltimore Stallions. Okay, final team in the AFC West. The remaining teams will be in the NFC West. Okay, the Akron Pros. All right, that means the Los Angeles Dons, Pottsville Maroons, and Pakistan Wolfpack will all be in the final division, the NFC West. All right, there you have it. So this is the new division arrangement. I'm going to give everyone an opportunity to watch this if they want to be surprised. And then I will actually make the changes on the website later this week, maybe Thursday. So I hope you enjoyed this. Can't wait for the draft coming up in a month. In the meantime, feel free to do trades. Trades are wide open for now. I'm going to try to get another podcast in post-draft, just to kind of talk about where we think teams are kind of headed for the start of the season. So hope you all enjoyed, and good luck in the draft and the upcoming season.